EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Okay, right? Let's go now.
And the tight end goes in motion left. First play, and Young is going to throw it. And his first pass is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Here we go.
The play fake. Now Young on the move to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Here's Young from the shotgun. To the right side and intercepted. Inside the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here, as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost...
Another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. Picked off by the 13-time Pro Bowler Ray Lewis.
Run! 21. Set. Go.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5.
Ram. Hey, ram.
Now it's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Young off the play fake. Steps away. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, Young. Rolling to his right. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Cordarrelle Patterson from 10 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
22 needle. Ready?
Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
560.
Now Young. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patterson. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. 10 cycles. Ready.
They go play action. Young. Left, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Donald Parham from 6 yards away. And his guys have taken the lead. Now the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Run! 5-9, 5-9. Baylor tight. Ready.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Colby Parkinson, 46 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
Young will set to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Young. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 69 yards. And his guys are going to take the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Go.
Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Baylor Tiger. Go, let's go. Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Ready, break.
Following the interception, Young. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now here's Young. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced?
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Cedric Tillman, 68 yards. And the Steelers have come back to make it a 2-point game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Third down, Young from the gun. Flushed out right. Young is intercepted for the third time this game. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Run! Ready!
Herbert now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Hey, go Lion.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Set. Hey, easy. We'll go.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Line.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. A pretty big third down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
Set. 59. Set.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Hey, Ray. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jonathan Taylor An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have retaken a third-quarter lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Hey, Ray. Set.
They'll let Taylor try and run. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. CeeDee Lamb to return it from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Able to fight through one tackle. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Striker, 3-3, ready?
Henry again on second down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Ready.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Back now in Pittsburgh as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Young now, sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Ready, set.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. One of the best safeties ever, Ed Reed, in there to make the stop behind the line.
Down.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young eluding the pressure right. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Snatched by the safety, Ed Reed. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful, because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway, Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Set. Set.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. There he goes, left side. How about this? Jonathan Taylor. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Escapes the defender. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready. Set.
Young. They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now Young. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Young to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Young. Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time, because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they can get the ball to the end zone.
Ready.
This is 1st and 10. Young. He'll buy some time right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. But the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Set.
Now Young rolling to his right. And he is in as as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Set. Ready.
Herbert. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And brought down, but a big gain, a gain that they needed. The only thing to keep in mind here is with him being tackled inbounds, that clock is moving.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman.
Set. Ready.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a one-point victory. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.